Are you ready? Broadcasting live from the Exclusive MMA studios, your source for Hawaii's fight news. Exclusive MMA and 97.1 FM is proud to present your X1 Battle Sundays. Everybody's happy. Only the real can play the game around here. I'm the head of the ring, acting like you ballin' when you running on ring. Everybody's happy. Only the real can play the game around here. X1 Battle Sunday is brought to you by Infinity Life Center, the original therapy center in the state of Hawaii. The Vibe Experience at such a class for all your party events and needs. Loyalty Clothing, the hottest fighting apparel and custom clothing in the state. If you don't have loyalty, you have nothing. And now get ready for your hosts, Lance Matagawa and Scotty Junk.
All right, once again, it's the Exclusive MMA studios right here. Right on, right on. Got to give a shout out to our sponsors. I'm talking about the Infinity Life Center, the original IV therapy center in the state. Oh yeah, it's Infinity Life Center. We got Loyalty Clothing, the premier fighting apparel and clothing. Without loyalty, you have nothing. Oh yeah, that's right. We also got the Vibe Experience, that touch of class for every partner and event. For your next event, it's the Vibe Experience. They got those pop-up like nightclubs, like wherever you want to go.
Interviews in them after the event, so
killer. Right on. Well, we in the studio with my man Scott Junk, and we also in the studio with Kamale Hassett, who's he's won the Battle of the Barracks 3
main event champion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're gonna be talking about it, and here we go. Let's go talk about this right here. Let's talk about the fight between. Let's start with the fight with Isaac Sandoval and.
To the heavyweights. It was a great fight. It was a last minute replacement because the original fight, Chevy and Toki was supposed to fight, and he hurt his foot, and prior to I guess it was like a deep bruise on his right foot in practice, and he couldn't walk. So then we had to find a replacement, and on less than 5 days' notice, we got Roland to step in, and he came into the fight and came out, and he looked good. And right off the bat, he pulled guard.
Yeah,
and it was something that we didn't expect. He had a nice karate stance, and we knew he was from a good gym. And then he pulled guard, and he was working, and he almost caught a couple arm bars in the fight. And then the round ended, and at the end of the round, Roland got up limping, and something was wrong with his ankle. And then by the minute and a half, 2 minutes into the second round, he reached out and grabbed the referee to stop the fight. He was in too much pain. So it was one of those things where Isaac put pressure on him, started ground and pounding him, and he just reached out and ended the fight. Isaac did a good job.
Maybe he got hurt jumping the guard. Who knows?
He came in on 1 week's notice.
Big right hook. And he pulls guard again.
How come?
Yeah, he let him shot.
Butterfly sweep?
Almost caught the sweep on that one. Yeah, he landed a big right hook, and then he just went right to the guard pull again. Very surprising. Oh, he's working for a submission here.
He's going to go for a sweep, huh?
Some ground and pound from Isaac Sandoval,
Nasty ground. He don't like that.
No, not at all. Some heavy shots from on top
of
Isaac Sandoval. Oh, Sandoval's going to work now.
And then we also want to touch and highlight on the fact that the fight of the bantamweight, 135 pounds, bantamweight with Kamale Hassett.
Oh, Kamale was the main event against Shandon Akil.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the fight had all the hype behind it. And prior to the fight, it was a lot of feedback on the fight because for 3 shows now we couldn't get Kamale an opponent because everybody kept saying, "Nah, we're okay. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Nah, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu." And that was always the problem. Like a lot of the guys that are coming up, they don't have any faith in their ground game, so they didn't want no part of it. And they kept turning down fights. And I'm talking about not like 4 or 5. I'm talking about 7, 8, 9 guys turning down fights to fight Kamale, right? So that being a problem. And I searched the mainland. I searched Outer Island. And then we have the best matchmakers in the business, I think, with Jeff and Melissa, right? And they were looking all over the place, and people were turning them down too. And then finally, that matchup came where a lot of people didn't want to fight Shandon, and because of his disability. He has a shorter left arm, but he's a collegiate wrestler. He's an all-state Hawaii wrestler, and he's a stud. He does damage in his fights. If you watch any of his fights, he's a warrior. Like, he goes forward, right?
Right.
And right when I gave the call, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll take it." And there's like no hesitation. So it's like those are the kind of fighters of old. Like he has an old soul. Like the new guys, they pick and choose who they want to fight. Even at the amateur level, it makes no sense to me. But Kamale didn't even hesitate. He's like, "Yeah, we'll take the fight." And I was like, "Okay, perfect." And it was funny because he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but I asked him prior to the fight about 2 hours before the show started. So what's the game plan today?
Yeah.
Well, what are your goals? Is I'm gonna knock his ass out. I want to work my stand up. And I thought, hey, awesome.
There you go.
Smart. You're in the amateur ranks. Work your stand up because you know you got good ground, but keep working your stand up while you're here. And then you saw what happened.
Oh yeah.
You hear it on the film too when he's fighting.
And it's over.
And Shannon switched his stance. You hear me say, I don't think that's a good idea. And then right there, Kamale steps in with the straight left hand and knocks him out. And
that's awesome.
It was intense. It was like, bro, like,
Does like to switch stance here and there.
Oh! It's over! It's over! Put your hands together for your partners, ladies and gentlemen.
How'd you feel after that?
Yeah.
I was just super excited. You know, I definitely wanted to work my stand up like I was telling you. My last couple fights, I feel like I didn't get to show my stand up, or I was actually trying to force my jiu-jitsu because I told myself I'm a jiu-jitsu guy, This time I was like, I'm going to force my not force anything. Sorry, I'm not going to force anything. Let the takedown. If he takes me down, he's a wrestler. I can do my jiu-jitsu on him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it looked good. Your stand-up looked really good. And the great part about what you did is that you were doing it in the back prior to the fight. So watching you in the back, you were doing the one set up 1-2. You were doing off rhythm 1-1-2. And that's exactly what you landed. It was right down the middle, right? That straight left, right behind the jab. And it was beautiful. Like, one of those things where at an amateur level to watch you keep your technique solid and you weren't overextending yourself and you were throwing your hands. It was nice.
Thank you.
Right on. Hey, why don't you go shout out as far as where you train and everything like that?
Right. So right now I'm training out at Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Kaido. I've been training with Jason Izugiri since
You got your diapers on?
Yeah, since I got my diapers on, exactly. My dad, my uncle, Scott, watching everybody train over there. I've been with them since the jump. And then I met Coach Harris back in 2018, I remember. I met him. He was already a black belt. And I was probably like a blue belt at the time. And we had just rolled. I only trained with him jiu-jitsu. He was always like in and out. He was still into his fighting, Right
on.
And then like 21, 22, he was like, hey, what, you want to fight? And I was always like, I don't know if I want to fight. I don't know. And then finally, 23, he got me a fight, and I just went in there, and then I got another fight after that, another one, and then, I was just always looking for a fight.
There you go.
Exactly,
wow. Okay, cool. So, I'm just wondering, I'm sure Scott is wondering, what's next? Like, what's your next, as far as ambition in the MMA world?
I mean, of course, everyone wants to go pro,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think a couple more amateur fights for me, especially since this last one is fast. I was coming off of 2 losses before that, so that was some motivation. Like, I really wanted to get the finish for this next fight, not leave it into the hands of the judges. I lost twice by decision.
And they were controversial.
Controversial,
the one I saw was with Trinity, and I didn't agree with the decision at all. Just because somebody gets a takedown doesn't mean if you're striking from your back and working submissions. I don't believe the scoring system. That's why we've changed a lot of stuff at X1. We've changed a lot of the scoring systems. If you take down, say you take down a fighter now and you're just laying on him, you just changed position. You're not dominating. You're not doing anything. You're just holding on. In my eyes, you're playing defense on top. So we've talked about that, and now also because of that, we're putting the judges out there. We're letting the judges be known. Whatever your scorecard is from now on, your name's gonna be attached to it. Not like before, they would just announce the winners and losers. We now it's said in the fights. If it's a decision, you have Judge Mike Onzuka scores the fight. Blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Referee and judge. What's that? And Toki. They got all the names of all the referees, right? And the judges. And I feel that's going to hold guys accountable.
Keep it an even playing field.
Yeah, because there's been many times where even me as an announcer, and I'll go out there on the stage after, and I'll say I didn't agree with the call, I didn't agree with it. And as a fighter, I believe that takedowns are a big part of my game when I was fighting too, right? But if I take you down, I'm taking you down because I don't want no part of the stand-up, but I want to create damage and work for submissions on the ground.
Right.
Not just take you down and hold you down and lay and pray and wait for the time to run out. That's not a win in my book. If the guy on the bottom throws one punch and I don't throw a punch and I'm on top, I should lose that round. Because all you've done is take it from standing to laying on the ground.
True.
Right? And
True,
so you're just changing the position. You're not dominating, right? So that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, definitely, that fight at Trinity Kings. I felt like I was winning every round, even on the stand-up, and then just maybe like the last 30 seconds of the first round, you get a takedown. And even if I get back up, it's like, what'd you do? You just took me down, and I got back up. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And that guy is undefeated still.
Right. Yeah, he actually just beat one of my
23rd, huh?
100%. Yeah, I'd like to fight him again. Yeah,
there you go.
He just beat my teammate. I just beat his teammate. Yeah, we can run it back.
That'd be awesome.
Wow, right on. Hey, I want to ask for the aspiring MMA fighter that's out there, the young G that's out there and like, oh, maybe one day I want to fight and everything like that, right? What kind of advice would you give him, Kamale?
I would say just stay in the gym, and also your life outside of the gym too, who you hang out with. I just had a talk with one of my he's my uncle, but also one of my mentors, Josiah. Yeah. And we talk about diet, right? We talk about food, but diet is everything. Who you hang out with in your life, your routine daily. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you're training in the gym, but you're going out at night, you're drinking beer, all of that training is going to go to waste.
True.
So you got to, hang out with people who are going to motivate you and have the same goals as you.
Right? If you hang out with two dummies, you're the third one.
100%. Yeah.
Well, good words of wisdom. Most def. Man, so we're looking forward to November, right? November's coming up.
November 23rd.
Yeah, November 23rd.
The last show of the year. It's gonna be a big one. I was against it. I like having always a 7 fights or 6 fights total, but we're gonna do 10 because it's the last fight of the year, right?
10 fights.
I like shorter shows. I feel like the energy's better, but I understand we have a lot of guys on the roster that want to fight on this card.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a good one.
And that's going to be, I believe, at 604 again. Is
Correct.
That right?
Correct. We have such a good relationship with them right now.
Yeah.
That it would be dumb to fight anywhere else.
Right.
And the location is nice. The people are nice.
It is super nice.
I love that it's on the military base because now we get rid of a lot of the riffraff that causes trouble at events.
True.
Right? So you have to have an ID to come on the base. You have to go through the checkpoint, and it's fast.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys, to be honest, a lot of guys that start trouble and stuff at the other events, they usually don't have a driver's license. They don't have anything, right? They're just the bozos, huh?
Right.
So we've kind of eliminated that, and it's been a blessing. The last 3 shows have been not a single problem. Nothing. That's just amazing.
Pretty rare.
We had one guy get so excited for Kamale. I guess he threw a drink up there cheering, and then he got escorted out. But wasn't like he was doing it out of being negative. He just
he just was excited,
friend, right? So, just excited. But that was it. That was the only bad thing we've had happen, and it's been working with the military is always a blessing.
Yeah, for sure. So what's that? Battle of the Barracks 4?
3. It'll be
4, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
because we had June, July, and August.
Nice. Nice. Well, looking forward to that. Hey, if you guys want to get more information, all you guys got to do is go check out the X1 on the IG right there, X1 IG, and you'll be getting the latest up-to-dates, minute-by-minute up-to-dates of what's going to be happening at Battle of the Barracks 4. Also want to give a shout-out to our wonderful sponsors again. It's Infinity Life Center, the original IV therapy center in the state. Oh, yeah, it's Infinity Life Center, and they're keeping all the fighters safe.
Correct.
That's very important. You got to have someone who keeps the fighters safe. I mean, that's super important, man. Super important. I can't stress the fact. Big shout out to Infinity Life Center. Also, Loyalty Clothing, the premier fighting apparel and clothing. I'm sure you've seen the Loyalty Clothing, right?
Yeah, right
there it is right there.
Loyalty.
Check that out. Loyalty Clothing, man. Oh, that's nice, man. I got to give me one of those, man.
Thank you.
That's nice, man. How about the Vibe Experience? The Vibe Experience, that touch of class for every part and event. That's right. Your next party or event, you got to get the Vibe Experience, the pop-up nightclub that goes anywhere that you want to go. Man, hey, thank you very much, Kamale, for being part of our interview today. We do appreciate you stopping in the studio and everything, and we're looking forward to Battle of the Barracks 4, and we're looking forward to the future of your career.
Right on, you guys, right on. Yeah, I also wanted to give a shout-out to my dad and my brother, my very first training partners, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Every fight, I can't go in without them. They're in my corner every single time.
The Hassett family.
Yeah, 100%. And then shout out to my buddy Carl at Island Fitness Culture on Instagram. If you can give him a follow, get a session with him. He really helped me this past camp and all my camps, actually, with all my mobility and my strength work. And he just got married. So, yeah, congratulations.
All
brother.
right. Shout out.
But that was a good shout out.
Yeah. Well, on behalf of myself, Freelance Motogal, my man Scott Junk, and Kamale in the house, thank you very much for being part of it. Broadcasting live from Exclusive MMA Studios. We'll see you on the next one.
Allah. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Once again, big mahalo to